everybody, it's Femtrooper, and today I'm going to talk to you about games that made me feel like a kid again. Do you ever play those games where you feel like it's maybe 30 years ago, you feel like maybe you're a kid again? Doesn't matter. They're games that make you actually feel that same feeling you got when you played certain games back when you were like 8, 9, 10 years old. I'm always looking for those games. Like, I'm always trying to get that feeling like a Scholastic Book Fair gave me when I was like 10. I'm always looking for that and searching for that. And it's hard because as much as a game can be so great and become one of my favorite games of all time, it doesn't necessarily give me that same feeling that like Pokemon Blue gave me back in 1998. The good news is some games do. There have been games recently within the past, 5, 10 years that I've played and I feel like, oh my god, I'm getting that same feeling that like Banjo-Kazooie gave me back in the day or Ocarina of Time. And it's really cool and I want to share those games with you because they may have done the same for you. Of course, before we get into it, please make sure you're subscribed if you're not. Click like and let me know which games made you feel like a kid again. Alright, let's start off the list with an amazing platformer that I think everyone should check out, and that is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This game is so fun. That's it. That's the word. It's fun. And it really gives off those 90s 3D platforming vibes. So if you're somebody who really liked DK64, Banjo-Kazooie, Super Mario 64, games like that, you will absolutely love this. It's not very long. It's the perfect amount of challenge. I really enjoyed the bosses in this game. It's just a ton of fun. And all the things that Kirby can do and what he sucks up and turns into, it's so creative and unique. Kirby will like suck up a car and then become the car. So it's really an interesting concept of what they did with Kirby, where Kirby will normally have different hats that he wears and he can do those, like, he'll suck up somebody who has a sword and then he gets a sword, but it was more than that. It was like, well, now he becomes a vending machine. Like, really bizarre, really fun, and each level was so much fun to explore. The reason I recommend it is, you may have missed it, I actually hadn't played a Kirby game until that game came out. I don't know how, I just never played Kirby games. I kind of avoided them. I always thought Kirby was maybe just too easy. I don't know. I had a weird idea in my head and I was so wrong. So definitely check out Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Don't forget about it. It's really good. Next up is a game that people really love, and for some reason I just hadn't gotten into the series until recently, and that is Luigi's Mansion 3. Now, I've recommended this a lot, but holy smokes, does it fit this category well. It really did make me feel like a kid again. This is just pure joy. This is like, you're a little kid and you come home from school and you just can't wait to put this in the machine. Like, that's what this is. Every level is so creative, so unique. It was so much fun. It really felt like if I was in elementary school, I would be playing that game and I would be like just playing it all the time for months and months. I'd go to my friend's house and we'd play it and where are you at kind of thing. Like, that's what it felt like. It was really cool. And I think it was just so charming, and it is definitely very like bright and colorful, even though it's a spooky game. And I think that's a fun thing because so many people want to play spooky games during Halloween, but they maybe don't want to play a horror game like Resident Evil or something. So it's like, play Luigi's Mansion, and I have to say, super challenging. That is not an easy game. Luigi's Mansion is not easy. Like, I haven't played Luigi's Mansion 1 or 2, and I would like to give them a try someday because I loved this one so much. But yeah, it is really tough. You will definitely like be thinking and be on your toes with this one. It was really good, and wow, you definitely have to check it out. This is one that I had so much fun with and I've talked about a lot, so I won't go on and on because you guys know I love it. But I have to talk about it because it really did give me that feeling like I was a kid again, and that's Dragon Quest XI. Now, why Dragon Quest XI? Well, it was my first Dragon Quest game. I didn't know what to expect, so when I went into it, I went, oh my goodness, this is kind of like my dream JRPG. This is exactly what I want from a JRPG. It's a big adventure. It's a fun party. I'm meeting different characters and they're all unique and they have different personalities. So that was really cool. I really liked the world and how all the towns were different. I'm not a big fan of a game where the towns are all the same. That kind of like bothers me. It's like boring. Like you go to another town and every house looks the same as the last one. This is not that. It would be like, oh, you go to a medieval town, but the next town was a desert town. And then you'd go to a seaside town. Kind of gave me those like Pokemon vibes where you'd go to different towns that look different. And I was like, oh, this is really neat. This is a really fun game. I love the graphics. I love the art style. I love Akira Toriyama's art. Super, super cool. And then I was really into the story and wanting to know what happened. And there were some really emotional parts. The music was beautiful. And I just thought, wow, this is like, so much fun. It's like just, speaking to my heart. And then I thought, yeah, like I'm feeling that sense of joy that like a kid would get when their parents buy them a new game randomly. Like, I don't know. That's what I felt. I really truly felt like I was like 30 years younger. It was so cool. Love that game. Highly recommend it, of course, because it is one of my favorite JRPGs ever. So yeah, 100% definitely play Dragon Quest XI. Here's a weird one that I want to recommend, but you'll get it, you'll understand, and that is Undertale. Now, Undertale made me feel like a kid again because my favorite game is Earthbound, and this is really obviously channeling Earthbound. I played it on the Vita. It's pretty much available everywhere, but my copy happens to be on the Vita. And wow, what a really unique experience. It definitely was like something I'd never played before because you can kind of go the whole game without even beating an enemy, or you can go the whole game beating every enemy. It's a really strange game and I enjoyed it for what it was. It's not my favorite game of all time, but the graphic style and the way it looked really made me think like, wow, what year is it? Is it 1995? Am I playing some old game here? Or have I gone back in time? It really gave me that feeling like I kind of stepped back in time to a simpler time and I was just playing this really unique game. It was really neat. The music is really cool. The environments are very interesting. It's just weird. Like you're in this monster world and you're this normal kid from our world and you're sort of trying to figure out your way through different areas, but it really has that NES look, kind of mixed with a bit of a 16-bit, like Super Nintendo vibe. So just that alone really made me feel like I was playing something from a long time ago, a game from my childhood. So it really did evoke that sense of like wonder that I got when I was a little kid. It's definitely a game that I feel like at this point I should replay and check out again because I did really like it. It's been maybe too long now, but I just remember thinking this is really cool, and I was feeling that sense of wonder that I felt like when I got games a long time ago. Now, finally, I want to end this list with a game that I recently played, so I will talk about it soon in an upcoming Games I've Played video, but I really, really, really got to talk about it because I think out of any of the games in this list, it evoked the most like childhood feeling and sense of wonder that I got when I played games as a kid, and that game is Astro Bot, a brand new game that I honestly can't speak highly enough about. This is like next level amazing platforming. This is going to give you exactly what you want if you've been craving that same feeling you got when you played those platformers back on the N64. But it's so polished and so crisp and so perfect in every way. Like, I'm sorry, I have to say this, and I know it's a recency thing. Yes, I just played it, blah, 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 ask me in 10 years kind of thing, but I have to say, Astro Bot is one of the best platformers I've ever played. 100%. Now, I'm a 2D platformer person primarily, like I gravitate to those more, but Astro Bot, it's a 3D platformer, but it's pretty much flawless. It's pretty much perfect. I hate to say it's like a commercial for Sony, and I think a lot of people see it that way, but it is in the best way. Like, it is in a great way. It's celebrating games. It's celebrating, what we love about the PlayStation, and in a platforming way. I was blown away by this game. Like, it is, out of everything on this list, like, obviously Dragon Quest XI is, one of my favorite JRPGs of all time. I'm going to recommend that, but I've recommended it so many times, so I have to recommend Astro Bot almost the most. Like, please play that game. It is phenomenal. It's not even that long. Like, it's not like you're going to commit 100 hours to it or something. Like, it's just the perfect pick up and play game. You will be so charmed by it. Like, I was just, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen, and so many little details they put in there to make it just incredible. It's an incredible platformer. I have to say, I know everybody has been like, play Astrobot, it's so great. They're not kidding. Like, it really is amazing. It really is one of the best platformers I've ever played. It's hands down one of the best 3D platformers I've ever played in that sense too, because it's like, what can really top that? It's just incredible. It really is an amazing game, and it plays well. The music is super cool. I had so much fun exploring every little world and every level to like collect everything and find all the little, like, you know, astropods. Like, it was so cool. This is a fun game. I am beaming about it because it really did give me the exact same feeling I would have got playing like a brand new N64 platformer in like 1999. So if you want that feeling again, play Astrobot. I know we're all searching for it. You know, you want that same feeling that you got from, you know, a Christmas from 25 years ago or whatever. Well, play that game. Play Astrobot. You will get that feeling like 100%. Do I have more games that made me feel like a kid again? Absolutely, and I'm gonna save them for another video. So I just wanted to share 5 really solid, awesome games that made me feel like a kid again, gave me that same awesome feeling that you get when you're a little kid and, you know, you open a new game at Christmas time, you play it, you spend all day playing it, or you spend the next 6 months playing it because you have all the time in the world, you don't care, you can explore every nook and cranny. That's what it's about, and these games are that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, and of course, I'll see you guys in my next video.